look to pull a big-time shocker against a Duke team coming off that loss to Carolina. Malik Brown making just his second start in Duke colors wins the tip for Jon Scheyer's Blue Devils. Brown is in there for Gungbo with Caleb Foster lobbing it up and getting Brown an early touch, and he tips it in. It's a very thin Pitt team due to injuries and absences. They only have 8 available scholarship players, a couple of walk-ons and a redshirt as well. Cameron Corrin, their leading scorer on the court. Wes, thank you very much. Great win for Miami over Carolina. And now the other half of Saturday's Duke-UNC thriller. The Blue Devils on the road. Harry Dunning, Roman Cialeppa, Cam Corrin. For a Pitt team that has been bruised and battered this season, but has a couple of early buckets in 2 years with Duke. Here's Cialeppa, a three for the freshman from Australia.
And you've got to imagine Roman Cialeppa
even with a one-on-one against Cialeppa, and then Malik throws it away. Witherspoon ahead for Dunning.
Alma mater kicking ahead. Barry Dunning taking off on the turnover. The Panthers flying high, up 5.
In the North Carolina game, even though he only played 16 minutes and fouled out. So Malik Brown, the start for Duke, which snaps his 7-0 run with a dunk of its own. The stitched together Panthers team down its leading scorer in Brandon Cummings, who's missed 3 straight with ankle issue. Cialeppa, his second 3.
Right now, Jeff Capel thinking to himself, don't fall in love with the 3, even though it's going well.
9 for 28. Foster wraps it around to Evans in the corner, hits a 3.
But those are the shots that Jon Scheyer wants to see more of from Isaiah Evans. Shots that are catch and shoot.
Darren Harris, who did not play against Carolina, is going to inbound this ball to Cameron Boozer. 2 strong dribbles. Boozer gets Corrin in the air, and that's a pretty good play out of a timeout. Caleb Foster on the kick. Amenya short from 3. Got his own rebound. Missed it again, and the third shot for the freshman from LA.
The way they've been stuck on 12 seems like forever.
They're no longer stuck.
And Jeff Capel wants a timeout. He wants to talk it over to make sure.
No fouls whistled against Duke for nearly 10 minutes. On the bounce, Boozer feeds Foster in the lane. Caleb Foster scores his first bucket because Duke, the tallest team in the ACC, is facing Pitt, the smallest team in the ACC. Minor on a step back. Strikes a chord from deep.
Now how about
Caden Boozer into his brother. Cameron out of the double. A cutting Caden will finish.
And once again, the positional size. Caden Boozer, 6'4".
Brown on a cut for Boozer, banks it in with the left.
I'm not sure which was more impressive, the pass or the finish. Great finish by Caden Boozer, attacking and using the rim as a shield, also going with the left hand off the glass.
Witherspoon scores it with a foul. And remember, no Patrick Gungba for Duke tonight with a left wrist issue. Foster, difficult drive and finish for Duke. He's held his own. Cameron Boozer only 4 points, 1 rebound. Witherspoon floats it out for Dunning. His second 3.
But everything for the Panthers
will reset. Cameron Boozer buries in Drasitis and spins it home. The lead back.
Cameron Boozer, did he or did he not? I think it's legit. He kept the left foot down, and more importantly, he laid down the law in the paint.
Drasitis is the only Pitt player to come off the bench so far. Dunning lets it fly. A couple of 3s for Dunning. He's into double figures.
And Drasitis driving, and Dunning Jr. just relocating. Great footwork, going straight up, straight down, able to knock down the 3 ball.
I think, bizarrely, for a guy who is the best player in the nation and playing for Duke, and the son, by the way, of a great Duke player, Carlos Boozer, as Dunning hits another 3, Pitt's in the lead.
Off air about he hasn't received the attention that Cooper Flagg did a season ago, as his twin brother is able to get the bucket in the paint area off another nice find. And one concern for the Panthers, you can't fall in love with that 3.
Foster's had a terrific first half. He's got 7 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists, and another dicing drive. Here's Here's Caden Boozer. Harris with a three. That is pure.
And that is only the second.
No Malik Brown to start the half, and no Isaiah Evans, as Caden Boozer is swatted by Cameron Corrin on the mean streets of St. Christopher School. Baldwin poked away by Sarr. Here's Harris on the run out for Duke. Darren Harris at the bucket. His second.
One thing to play for Jon Scheyer, you've got to do the job defensively. This time Darren Harris coming up with the steal off a nice deflection by Sarr, and Harris turning defense into offense using that.
Pitt's last game Saturday, they were down 34-32 at the half to SMU. Then the Mustangs started the half on a 9-0 run. Duke's got the first 5 here.
Once again, I hope people recognize your voice in comparison to mine. Well, it was a 12-0 run spanning the 2 halves. The end of the first half coming into the second half as Siulepa gets another 3 to go, his 4th 3. Roman Siulepa, who knocked down 3 first half threes. He got the 3-point party started, and now he's getting.
Duke's got a 5-on-4. Foster into the paint, little bump, and scores it.
Once again, Caleb Foster attacking the paint in transition. Still 13 minutes remaining. I'm sure they will get close to that as Dunning Jr. comes up with a nice turnover.
Indrositis puts it home with a foul.
Fast break defensively. Siulepa finding Indrositis, who's able to finish through the contact. Over the top. The 2 points and the opportunity to make the first free throw of the game. But to beat Duke, those are the buckets you have to have. And it ends up turning into 2 points the other way for Isaiah Evans.
Potentially devastating swings for Pitt. Corrin will roll it home, get back to within 6.
Nice touch from Cam Corrin, who
Foster and the switch with Corrin. Foster can't shake him. Deep 3 for Evans, and he sticks it in front of his bench.
What's the best way to kill that energy? Is knocking down a huge 3 with the Brotherhood right beside you.
Minor for Dunning. First points of the second half for Barry Dunning Jr.
Strong finish by Dunning Jr. attacking the basket. 5.6 deflections per game. But the deflection from Dunning getting in the passing lane, knocking the basketball away, and then finishing.
Missouri, NC State, A&M, NC State, and Duke, Missouri on the ACC Network Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Another 3 for Isaiah Evans.
America's play, screen to screener. Isaiah Evans actually fakes it, and it gives him enough space, and then just a little wiggle on the side.
Cameron Boozer, a quiet 11-9 tonight. He has 4 turnovers as well. What do you look for Duke CA in the final 8 minutes?
Well, you're going to see a heavy dose of Boozer, and when you consider that regardless of the 4 turnovers, he's still the guy that can deliver at the end. Malik Brown getting his shot blocked at the basket off a nice find from Caden Boozer.
Dame Sarr sticks it from the corner.
Isaiah Evans attacking off the bounce and makes the nice find, the left-hand pass to Dame Sarr, who knocked where it was an area where Pitt was able to dominate in the first half.
Siulepa got fouled by Boozer, just reached in.
That's what Jeff Capel's been waiting for from Siulepa.
Came into the game tied for 347th in the country at 66.7%. Regrettably, they've gotten worse. They're 0 for 5 tonight. Boozer to Evans, trying to get free off a Brown screen. Evans sticks atop of the key 3.
It doesn't take much.
Lawrence Armstrong, Tony Henderson, Courtney Green have been all over the game tonight. Minor, got it. Just the second 3 of the half for Pitt. Duke trying to get to 11-1 in the league as Evans throws it away. And it's finished on the other end by Duck. Was 1 loss. It doesn't count for 3, though it should. So we can make up the rules as we go along here in the league. There's a bucket for Cameron Boozer, who has had a quiet second half. Foster on the handoff from Brown has the switch with the big Corrin. Foster goes right at him. Best passing year of his 3 at Duke.
Well, he's got a permanent role. He's their point guard on the season, and this is really where he can help this team.
The 3rd-year Duke guard senses an opportunity, kicks it for Evans, off the shot fake, hits a dagger.
An SEC play.
Boozer hard charging in for another and one possibility. Here's Witherspoon. I'm just asking out loud, has Scott Van Pelt ever started the show with a bad beat that immediately preceded his Sports Center?
He said big man's in the building. That's
I'm
my
just
guy
asking the questions.
So I'm sure it will come up.
Duke wins by 16 here in Pittsburgh. Not necessarily pretty, but Jon Scheyer didn't think it would be against his good friend and former benchmate Jeff Keeple. Duke wins by 16, and the Blue Devils, Corey, do respond from the Carolina line.